Hey y'all, it's John, aka Whisky and Sound, and I'm back with a massive episode of Boilermaker Mondays. The reason why it's massive is because you see these two H's that obviously means something very significant about today. That is a open bottle of Highwayman Batch number 10 is going to be the choice of whiskey that I'm going to be pairing back with a beer tonight. Now, I got to actually sample a small portion of this at Whiskey and Almond, and I do not feel that the Glencairn glass done it justice because it was quite a big whiskey, and I was also getting rushed out the door as well. So I thought, no, I'm going to wait till I enjoy this properly in the comfort of my own home, and I'm going to bring out the H glass. So I've given it time to breathe. I've had this thing sitting in the glass for about, well, I could say, good 25 minutes. I'd say I've had that in there for with the lid on it. So it's had a little bit of airtime about it, and yeah, the initial reaction that I got to this was it was a bit spiky on the nose in the Glencairn glass. But when it come out into this glass, all of a sudden, a big difference. Big difference to the nose. That's for sure. So, with batch number 10, for those of you that don't know the breakup of it, it was. Actually, I'm writing down the whole thing. So, it was distilled in November 2016 by Dan and the team at Young Henry's in Newtown. And it was put into. It was put into a 100-litre French oak heavy char Apera cask and sat there for 4 years before being transferred to Byron Bay. Then after that, Dan tipped the cask and brought it down to 55% using the natural spring water that he gets off the Byron Bay property that he has access to, and split the liquid into 4 equal parts, which was then filled into 4 20-litre French oak refill wet tawny casks and finished for 3 months. And that was then bottled at 55, or was it a bit short? Okay, yeah, so it was bottled at 54.3%. So with all that kind of influence, it's going to be big. There's going to be nothing small about it in the slightest. So, and any of the bottlings that anyone's ever gotten their hands on of Highwayman whiskey can all say the same thing. They've been big, they've been bold, massive flavors, chewy, oily, and just rich. So, I'm expecting that to be the case with this, and no exception either. So I was very, very fortunate to grab all 10 bottles that were released under Highwayman. So, and I was one of those guys, I would definitely say, put my hand up to being one of the many reasons why all those websites crashed with people trying to buy a bottle of Highwayman from each of those releases, because I was painstakingly waiting by my computer or on my phone, stopping whatever I was doing and making sure I walked away with a bottle. And believe me, I copped my fair share of pauses and lags on any screen at any given time, but I was fortunate to walk away with a bottle of each. So that will explain the competition that I'm going to run and announce at the end of this episode. So please stay watching this whole episode and you'll get details on a very big prize. Now, without further ado, I'm going to analyze this lovely dram that I've been hanging out for and airing out. So, alright, so when I first poured this glass, I got heaps of rich. It was almost like there's this signature that comes off Dan's projects with because this is the last of his independent bottlings leading up to his first single cask release that's about to be released very shortly. So that is one to definitely keep an eye out for. Now, so batch 10, it's gone very sweet and fruity. There was like rich berries before. Actually, it was probably I'll rephrase that. It wasn't rich berries. It was more like fruitcake I was getting. Big, like just rich butterscotch, ginger snaps, and raisins, and just all those dark fruits that you'd expect in a fruitcake. And that's softening down now with lovely, lovely sweet notes coming through. The back layer of the barrel influence, so there's heaps of spice coming through, which I am definitely getting. Yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm running out of lung capacity to breathe this in. There's so much going on with this. There's a whole heap of notes that I'm getting. That's for sure. Go further in, you start getting some savoury notes as well. So, which I've gotten on some of Dan's Adams cask releases, or should I say the Adams Spirit releases. But this is a really gorgeous nose. This is actually softened right out. And that little bit of airtime has just done. Actually, that lot of bit of airtime has done it some favor. I have not added any water to this. I've kept it straight out the bottle and straight into the glass. So let's. Oh, it's got like a. It's got like a. What else has I got going on in there? I'm trying to pick up on what that note is. What are you? It's almost like there's a. I'm picking up on peppermint notes as well now. The more I'm starting to stir this around a bit, so that is going to. Ooh, I think I know the beer I'm going to go down the path of, just based on that note. It's very mentholy now, so it's opening up even more so again. Like, and I'm just going to shut my mouth and have a sip. Mm. Oh, yum! Big finish, very chewy. Just coats the mouth completely. Goes over smooth over the front and mid palate, and then just the back end. Just it's just got like a massive wave that just comes rushing back to the whole mouth, and the finish is still going. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that is what a difference just in the glassware. That makes such a difference. Yeah, that's a complete different experience to what I had drinking this out of the Glencairn glass. This glass definitely does this dram some justice. So if you can, get your hands on one, or if not, even if you don't, the Denver and Liley glasses will probably do the same or a similar deal because you've got that room to breathe. And even if you want to get underneath and do the little cognac trick with it, then be my guest. But definitely, the glassware makes a difference. And oh, there's so much going on in that one. Right, I'm not going to waste any further time. I am going to get me another lovely bit of glassware. Thank you, Wolf of the Willow. And I'm going to get the big whiskey. I'm thinking because this just sat really, really decadent. It was a very fruity sticky date pudding. That's what I was getting on the palate. It's just really moreish, like the butterscotch is there, the cinnamon's there, the like a hint of cloves, that ginger spice is there. There's layers of it. I'd say maple syrup is probably more the note that I'm looking for as far as like what that sugary, decadent note is on the palate. Oh, and there's that French oak. That French oak spice is now starting to come through. That's just beautiful nose. That's the glassware just really brings this out. This is a massive whiskey, and it's one that I'm not going to get bored of it. That's for sure. It's unfolding the more it spends time in this particular glass. So, right, okay, I know what I'm doing with it now. I'm going to give it another layer of sweetness, another layer of decadence. So I want intensity out of this particular Boilermaker. So I just want big, fat, bold. And what way to counter it than with Mama's blueberry pie. So I haven't actually tried this. So, but I have done a dessert in a can from Amundsen. These brewers do something. They nail it every time. Whatever it says on that can. I think the last one that I had was a chocolate brownie, pastry stout or whichever it was. I've got it in one of the reviews somewhere, but it was just insane. Rich, I mean, oh yeah. Look at that. That is just lovely and black. And there's a nice little head on it too. This is going to go so well. That's got blueberry in it, and there's that pastry element too. So I think this is going to be an absolute winner. All right, let's go and it's got that similar. It's got like that mentholy note that I'm picking up. I seem to be getting. I'm going to blame a Redbreast 27-year-old Ruby Port because that's the first time I've discovered menthol in a whiskey on the nose. And then I'm starting to pick up on that note, or that's how I see it anyway. But I'm starting to pick up on that note in a few more whiskeys as I'm, over time breaking whiskeys down. So, and the beer's got a hint of it, just a slight hint. So this is going to work so well. Oh, that is blueberries and pastry and chocolate. And the coffee's there. That's, oh, that is so decadent. That is such a gorgeous beer. Oh, wow. That's going to work so well with this whiskey. All right. So let's go a beer wash and a whiskey rinse. Let's see what that does. So I'm going to give me some water first because one thing to keep in mind, we're dealing with 54.3? 54 point, yeah. 54.32. Not 54.3. Don't know where that 2 come from. I saw the percentage sign. It looked like a 2. But anyway. Okay, so 54.3%. And this is sitting at 10.5. So, not a lightweight either. Decadence comes at a price. Big ABV. For the win. Right. Beer wash coming up. And then whiskey rinse. Let's see what that one does. Love that beer. Absolutely love it. Right. Ooh. Whoa. My goodness, that really... Wow, okay. So that actually worked as like a counter. I think it was a bit too much happening with the sweetness that they've just cancelled themselves out, and it's really brought the spice forward on the Highwayman, which is, I mean, that's a good thing because I do like the flavour on the French oak, or that comes off French oak casks. So that's very, like, you've got wood influences, spice. It's got like a particular spicy note about it, or a group of spices, I should say. And then it just gives off a nice sweet tail end as well. Yeah, that was a bit fun. But yeah, big on the mouth, that's for sure. Big on the mouth. Right, I'm going to go now a whiskey wash and a beer rinse and see what effect that particular process of pairing has. So, here we go. Oh, that nose just keeps getting better and better. Mm. Oh, beautiful. All right, so that's fresh on the palate. Let's rinse it down. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow, that is just big. That is so big and so rich. That is exactly what I was after. So, whiskey wash, beer rinse, that's the winner. That's the combo that you want to go with this particular Boilermaker pairing. And you know what? This is one of those ones that, because it's sweet and spicy and big as well, it will work with most of these dessert in a cans. Like just anything that's just rich. Yeah, rich and decadent and sweet as well would just work with it. It's either going to do what it done at the start and bring the spices forward a bit, and that's a cool thing to challenge the palate with. Or if you just want sheer decadence, go the whiskey first and then just rinse it out with a dessert beer and be amazed. But that is a killer combo. I am absolutely glad I ran that particular pairing just then. So that is enough spoken about this particular Boilermaker. Time for the fun part and the part that you've all been hanging out for, I'm hoping anyway, which is the competition that I have been promising to run. So, because I was fortunate enough to get my hands on all 10 bottles of Highwayman, which are sitting right behind me over there. So, that's the other 9. Actually, and the bonus. Because I'm feeling extra generous, I didn't crack open the hybrid bottling, which was it was one of. There's only a handful of these I got bottled, and that was a global blend. Yes, there was about 50 bottles of these, which was given out with the Christmas packs. I'm pretty sure it was a blend of Isla, Japanese, pardon me, Isla, Japanese, and Aussie, and something else got added in the mix. But that's his own little blend that he was playing around with, and it's going to be one that I'll add in the mix as well, just for good measure. So there's going to be 11 50ml samples. So that is bottle number 10. I've literally cracked that open and poured straight into here, and I've poured my 200ml sample, which will not be getting opened, to keep the true essence of what batch number 10 was. The same will be happening across the board with all other remaining bottles. And one lucky person is going to get all of these 50ml samples. So there's going to be 11 50ml samples of each of Highwayman's independent bottlings. So it's a big giveaway, and I know a lot of people missed out on getting all the bottles, and I am pretty sure they would love to get their hands on this to fill in the blanks. So otherwise, if not, it will make for a cool prize to give to someone that has never tried any of it before and say, this is what Highwayman's all about. This is what Dan's project has been about. So, what to do, you may be asking. Okay, I have got a Facebook page, Whisky and Sound, which I've just unlocked tonight. So follow that page or like it. Follow and like the YouTube channel. And for an added bonus, if you're on the platform, follow the Instagram. If you're not on one or the other, I'm happy to just be following either the Facebook page or the Instagram page. But you need to like the YouTube channel in order to get into the draw. Now, once I see all the names come through, I will grab every single one of those names. I will put them into a random name generator, and the announcement will be made on Monday, Boilermaker Monday night, September. Oh my goodness, on that at the moment I can't think. The 17th of May, which is my birthday, and I'll be running it live. So it won't be a pre-recorded thing. It will be a live stream. It will be a live premiere, and I'll run the name generator there and then at the end of the show. And I'll be announcing the winner that way. So, like and subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Whisky and Sound, and Instagram, Whisky and Sound. And the YouTube channel is also Whisky and Sound. So, do those three, and then I'll catch you on any of those platforms with whatever thread that I've got running that stipulates the draw. Then put a comment and say that you've either done so, or tag whoever else and grab their attention on it for them to do the same as well. But the more, the merrier. So, or hey, the less, the merrier as well, because it's less people that are going to get the opportunity to get it, the package. So that's more chances for you. But the more, the merrier. I want people to genuinely enjoy these drams, or just have that opportunity to be able to try all 11 of these whiskies Dan Woolley actually produced. I've had the absolute pleasure and joy of working alongside him with making some of his new make spirit as well at the Lord Byron Distillery, so which was a very fun project. He's also been a brand ambassador mentor for me as well, and just a whiskey, all around whiskey enthusiast that we can just compare drams with. So he's I've got that level of respect and enthusiasm for his whiskey and for his passion behind whiskey that I am wanting to do this. Not for him, but this is something that I just want to do, just to share the passion and enthusiasm with him. So, and it's coming to a good time as well, because his first single cask release is on the way out. So what a time for Dan, and I wish him all the best on the future endeavors of his whiskey and the direction that he's taken it in. Can't wait to see what else he comes up with. So thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing all the names and entrants with regards to this competition. So like, share, subscribe, support, stick around and see what other pairings that I come up with. And who knows, there may be other competitions in the future that I may run as well. Keep an eye on more collaborations, and please keep the feedback coming as well. So I have been seeing some new followers, and some new questions and new comments have been getting posted, and I appreciate all that. So keep that coming through, and I'll catch you next Monday. Until then, have a good week, and hope you've enjoyed tonight's show.